I'm Old Head Ed.
And I'm Mr. Beleaf. And we like to welcome y'all to Barcodes. Barcodes is a podcast where we delve into the lyrics of your favorite MCs, verse by verse.
Each episode, we invite an artist onto the show,
break down their own bars, and give the listeners a deeper understanding of the meaning and inspiration behind their music.
From underground up-and-comers to established industry veterans.
We cover it all. So join us as we explore the art of MCing and the stories behind the bars on Barcodes.
Barcodes
in the building.
The podcast. I am Old Head Ed.
It's a Beleaf on this side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're back with another episode of a podcast where we have an esteemed guest come through with a verse of their choosing and kind of go line for line as to what inspires, what motivated the lines, the hidden meanings, the intricacies, like Beleaf likes to say.
I'm practicing. I need to learn how to say it properly.
Within all that, we asked them to unpack the bars. That way, you, the listener, could kind of get the true meaning. We sometimes, us as listeners, will tune into a verse, listen to it, and then walk away with our own insight of like, all right, I got this, I got that. But there's always something that's hidden. There's always something that maybe not everybody picks up the first time around. So that's why we invite the MC to get on.
That's the whole concept, man. We want the artists to unpack, things that possibly went over everybody's head. Or basically, what I'm saying, sometimes people will listen to a record or listen to a verse and then not understand it, like, what I mean, or where that direction came from. And that's why we're here. We're here to get to the nitty-gritty down into the fucking verse and into the bars to see exactly what the artist was trying to convey. And today,
This episode, we've got none other than the other half of the shamans of debauchery.
Dirty Doe.
Scummy. Dirty Doe in the motherfucking house. And MiaYayo Radio, one of the representatives, you know what I'm saying? Yo, thank you for having me, dog.
Hey man. The pleasure's ours, yo. Yeah, man. Appreciate you making the time. Yes. And we're going to do exactly just that. We're going to get into a verse. A verse. Well, we'll let you let us know what you brought to the table.
Yeah, let us know what verse did you bring out here, man.
I brought my fucking favorite song off the Mad Trapper and Russell Rebel #2 soundtrack. We are the only ones in history dropping soundtracks to comic book, and this is my favorite song off that shit. War Ready. You got to be ready in this world, you know what I'm saying?
Damn. So let's give. We had the fortune of having the Filth sit down with us and break down a verse. Yo, shouts to the Filth. Yeah, before we let him leave the show, he got an opportunity to kind of introduce the world of the graphic novels, the Mad Trapper, Rusto Rebel. So you're saying that this is one of the songs off the soundtrack to the Mad Trapper.
And Rusto Rebel, #2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it easy? I mean, I know Beleaf asked to ask the question, but I think I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So obviously this is all inspired by the comic book. This goes hand in hand?
Yeah. Hand in hand. Okay. Yo, you read the comic book, this is the perfect soundtrack to that shit. It's going to take you to our world, the Crazy Visions universe. Where there's no coming back from.
All right, so I'm gonna ask this because since you said it's a soundtrack to the comic book, we had another artist another episode where he did a sort of like a Methodist way of acting in the bars where he was like portraying himself as the character. Inside of the bars. So I'm gonna ask you, since this is the soundtrack of the comic book, is that what you guys are doing inside of the thing, or is it something different?
It's same and different because these characters, even though they are fictional characters, they hold elements of us inside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So this is like, this is just another part of me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So in other words, the characters are inspired by you both, and then you are inspired in turn by the characters.
Yeah. Well, we do more of the inspiring.
You do. Okay. So it's got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
got you. Yeah.
All right. So
This is War Ready, produced by Five Fingers.
Yes. Who is Five Fingers? Let's let them know who Five Fingers is.
That's another motherfucker right there who be banging on them shits, dog.
What happened to his other Five Fingers?
yo, Five Fingers actually came from an alias, Johnny Five Fingers. Five Fingers, you know, 5 finger discount, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I'm saying? I kind of grew up that way in life, you know what I'm saying? And 5 fingers, it kind of explained the beats, you know what I'm saying? I use all my fingers for that shit, and that's basically an alias of mine, 5 fingers, where it's just fucking hitting you with beats and shit, dog, you know?
All right.
Dope. Yeah, so this is the second verse off of War Ready.
So I'm not sure if you're familiar. What we do is you spit 4 of the bars, and then you unpack them, and then we'll have questions, and we'll jump in there and then see exactly, that we'll do that in each segment.
So the chorus is basically, hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for war, chopped up and shit. That's a Jay-Z sample, and it's just basically telling you motherfuckers, dog, yo, you gotta be built for this shit, because if you ain't built for it, yo, you're gonna get overran and shit, dog, you know?
All right.
So I start off my verse as, you better adjust to my balls before I holler at that pussy ass like cat calls. I'm down for the fucking bro. So you better adjust your eyeballs. Yo, I'm on my business, dog. I don't bother nobody, dog, you know what I'm saying? And don't come over here easing, you know what I'm saying?
For those who don't know, if you're not from South Florida, easing is eyeballing, like, you know, what the drill sergeant in the military would say, like, are you eyeballing me? So easing is like you staring somebody down.
Yeah, unnecessarily staring at
and you
somebody.
could tell there's an intention just by the stare. So that's
and you
what
try to disregard it, dog, but there comes to a point like, what the fuck are you looking at, dog? Like, yo, is there a problem, you know? And that's for anybody, dog, you know what I'm saying? But you better adjust to my boss before I holler at that pussy ass like cat calls. You know, it's just using the word, you know,
pussy and cat calls.
Yeah. You know, pussy ass. Miami, you know, that pussy ass motherfucker. You know, that's how we talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And cat calls. You know, I'm gonna holler at your pussy ass. And you know, cat calls. You know, like
like cat calling a female or whatnot.
Hollering at the felines. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes. There you go. There you go. All the cat references are involved there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Basically, you know what I'm saying? I'm down for the fucking brawl, like the Brooklyn Brawler. So that's basically, I grew up fighting, dog. I've been over in hundreds of fights, dog. If you know my background, it's kind of self-explanatory. What's another fight, dog? You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm a peaceful man, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
you're trying to say, you know,
don't push me. Just don't push me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hold the peace. I'm trying to have no problems. I'm trying to focus on my goals, help everybody around me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm all about that positive shit. Just don't bring that old me out.
But you're down for the fucking brawl.
Yeah, I'm down for the fucking brawl, Like the Brooklyn Brawler. They just old
WWF wrestler, the Brooklyn Brawler, used to come out with the blue jeans, the white shirt, torn shirt.
You know what I've noticed by doing this podcast? That there is definitely a healthy correlation to wrestling from a lot of artists.
Hip hop,
with rap,
like wrestling, yo.
Yeah, we could.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
just
honestly.
going back to like this show alone. Like, we've sat down with several people, it's a good amount that they've always had like a nod to the wrestling, like a tip of the hat, like by mentioning a wrestler's name or incorporating. So that definitely
it's been a common trend.
Yes.
Common
you know
theme.
Yeah.
Man, and I mean, I wonder if the fact that we're all came up in that era, we're all about the same age, where that was a part of our lives, where you really mess with it or not, you were aware of wrestling at some way.
As a kid, I had all the action figures. I used to watch it. I'm gonna have a lot more WWF references coming up right here, like the Brooklyn Brawler. Shoot at me, you better not miss the king, like Jerry Lawler. It's like, yo, if you to come at me, you better make sure your shit is on point and shit. You can't miss the king, because if you miss the king, he's gonna be on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Like Jerry Lawler, that's another. My bad. You're gonna have to, unpack the wrestlers for me, because I'm the king. Yeah, I'm not sure with
Beleaf is not as sophisticated as you and I are. He's not gonna get these.
Okay. So Jerry Lawler, he was the king, and that was his character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jerry Lawler,
the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. The Ultimate Warrior.
I remember that dude.
Yo, that was my favorite.
That dude was coked out of his mind, bro. That nigga's like...
Yo, I'll tell you right now, that's my big favorite. Growing up, I was a Warrior kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was so hype, and I think that's what contributed to me like being kind of shot out and live.
Yeah, his
and shit,
personality.
You know what I'm saying?
He would run down towards the ring, get in the ring, and start shaking the ropes. Bro, you felt the energy through the TV.
I was young and knew nothing about cocaine, but I knew he was on cocaine.
But somebody told me.
I was like, yo, this dude's on something, bro.
Yo. So the Ultimate Warrior about to beat your face until I catch a euphoria. Yo, dog, like,
man, for you to reach a state of euphoria.
Yo, I tell
in
you
the middle
now,
of competition.
I'm not gonna say too much, but when you conquer somebody, that feeling's gonna overtake you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're like,
okay.
It's like a nut. You know what I'm saying? But by the picture, yeah, I might have a bout like I'm drunk as fuck. The coke bearer like pow. That's the double meaning. Like I'm gonna have a ball. Like yo, I'm gonna have a good time beating your face in.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm gonna have a bout like I'm drunk as fuck. Yo. Back then, when it's a partake and shit, I'm drunk as fuck. Yo, let me get a bow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got you.
You know,
yeah,
I'm gonna
allegedly.
have a bow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. The coke bearer like Paul. That's basically,
going back to having the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pitbull lockjaw on everything that's flaw, on point like talon claw. People just locking down on everything that's flawed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just locking that shit down and...
like destroying it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And, when people locks on you, they didn't let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So once you find that weakness and shit, you exploit it.
And let's not glance over the fact that you threw in one more wrestling reference before you moved on, which is Paul Bearer. The coke bearer like Paul. You got Paul Bearer, which was the manager
for Undertaker.
For Undertaker. So yeah, you managed to get one more of those before moving on.
Yeah, that shit went right over my head. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Paul Bearer.
I was like, I thought that was like a baseball player or something. Paul Bearer.
No, it was Paul Bearer. So he used to walk out with an urn and
he was all white. He was all white with the mustache.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Real pasty looking, and
he always be on the side of the ring, like,
that's it.
I remember that. Dude.
And his face had mad powder, like it was white. White, you know.
Speaking of, I wonder what was in that urn. like, yo, how many 8 balls can you put in an urn?
Back then it was a WWF, right?
Yeah, WWF. Yeah.
I remember.
On point like talon claw. Yo, on point. You gotta be on point out here. You know what I'm saying? Because everything could change in 1 second.
Stay ready. You don't have to get ready. In other words.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Pass you the mic. Hell no, I ain't having that. Like in the border fetus, you ain't surviving this habitat. So whack rappers, they don't get the mic, dog. They ain't worthy of the spit, dog. To spit alongside the kid, dog. To spit alongside the kid, you gotta get busy, dog. You know what I'm saying? We some spit monsters over here, and half of we ain't passing the mic if you whack and shit, dog.
And that would go into the aborted fetus.
Like in
you ain't surviving
the habitat, meaning
it's kind of triple talk. I ain't having that like an aborted fetus.
You're not having the child.
Like an aborted fetus, you ain't surviving this habitat. It's like it's like double entendres on top of entendres, you know what I'm saying? And it's basically just saying the same thing. You ain't surviving. Like, yo, if I pass you the mic, you ain't gonna survive in this wilderness right here, you know what I'm saying? This is another world and shit, you know?
Therefore, that's why you're not gonna get the mic passed.
Yeah, exactly.
To you.
But you ain't built like that, you know what I'm saying? Whack rappers get banished, exiled from the track. Brandish my strap, yeah, you're on the wrong side of the tracks. It's basically saying, white rappers you're not even allowed in this vicinity over here and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna ask for a feature and shit or nothing. And brandish my strap, you're on the wrong side of the tracks. Like, yo, wrong place, wrong time and shit, dog. It's just being threatening on the mic and shit, just killing it, just being
menacing.
Yeah, as menacing as possible, you know what I'm saying? And
now, does this have any reference to the comic? Like, is that character or anything like that? Is anything in this verse like correlates with the comic or a scene in the comic?
Yeah, it's war ready shit, dog. It's just the whole. If you read the comic books, it's an ongoing battle, dog. Okay. And you know what I'm saying. These two characters are fighting for their fucking lives for the golden mic and shit, dog. And
So that's where it was like all these whack rappers ain't gonna come around here, like because you guys are on that mission fighting to get that mic.
Yeah. I never thought about that point, but yeah, it could be really to that point and shit, dog. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Brandish my strap, yeah, you're on the wrong side of the tracks. Like, yo, I think we already said that, right? Brandish my strap, just show off my weapon and shit. Like, it's gonna deter a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying?
We in Florida, so y'all know.
You're on the wrong side of the tracks, like the Artifacts. They dropped their fucking album, the wrong side of the tracks. Rest in peace, Tame One and shit, you know what I'm saying? So basically paying a homage to them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because we hip hop graffiti kids, you know what I'm saying? And we still at it to this day, though. I use the art of war to bomb a show, stadium Pratt. Now get the fuck back. Yo, that's just being like, yo, on some, yo, just next level fucking menacing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it could be a double meaning too. Bomb a show, stadium Pratt. Like, yo, I could bomb a shit, like, yo, on some graffiti shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck who's looking at me. I'm bombing this whole shit up. You know
that's originally where I took it, because you just had reference that you were graffiti.
Yeah.
With
the artifacts and the, you know, it's all relative, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it also means like, yo, dog, like, if the bag is good enough, I know that yo, like, bomber shows, just being fucking
allegedly.
Yeah, just being just like off the chain with it, you know what I'm saying? Just next level shit. And it goes back to the next shit, like, and don't provoke this terrorist. Unless you want to meet Jesus of Nazareth. Everybody wants smoke till shit gets cancerous.
All right.
So basically everybody is a G till it's time to be a G. Everybody wants, you know, they think they about it till it's time, till shit gets real. You know what I'm saying?
All right, just so we won't have the FBI knocking on our door, you're not a serious terrorist.
Oh, no.
Let's just clarify.
You are not part of a terrorist organization.
That's the mad trapper. You know what I'm saying?
That's the comic book
character.
there.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
there you go.
But you know, like I said, it's a soundtrack and it's all relative. And it just, you know, it just being like ill with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come on, these motherfuckers are, who the fuck is, yo, talking about this shit like right here, you know what I'm saying? On some ISIS shit, you know what I'm saying? Chopping off heads of whack MCs, you know?
Yeah.
And don't provoke the terrorists unless you want to meet Jesus of Nazareth, you know.
Which is like, you meet your maker, you die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see.
You have to go to the pearly gates and shit, you know what I'm saying?
And everybody wants smoke till
Shit gets cancerous, you know what I'm saying?
That's not, I like that line.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, all right, so it's like, you're looking at it as, nobody wants, you know, everybody thinks that they got, you know, that they're ready. They're ready for that war.
Dog, till shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying?
Until shit's...
A lot of motherfuckers, yo, dog, there's a certain limit they won't pass, dog. And a lot of motherfuckers will fold under pressure when shit gets too dirty in the playpen. You know what I'm saying? In the pig pen.
Yeah.
If shit gets too muddy, dog, they're gonna flaw out. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, war in general is something real, dog, you know what I'm saying? And this is life or death shit, you know? Like, some people are not playing this shit, though, you know? But this is just rap and shit. We're having fun with it. But at the same time, this is a piece of us, you know what I'm saying? Straight soldier, dog, you know? Since back in the day, dog, ready for whatever. I'd rather be a gardener in the garden, a warrior in the garden, than a gardener that has to go to war and fucking, yo, don't think you guys gardening tools, you know what I'm saying?
That goes back to your man's episode. Like, we had spoken of something like that. About, you know, referencing Jordan Peterson again, where he's like, you have to be a monster and be able to control it, and that's basically the same thing. If you rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Exactly,
you know
that's the quote. Yeah.
Perfect.
Look, I don't want no problems. I'm trying to avoid problems, but yo, dog, there's only so much a man could take. You know what I'm saying? Till they start checking on fools. You know, and you know, there's a line you don't cross, dog, and just don't pass it, dog. That's it, you know? And that comes just straight up on some man shit, you know what I'm saying? Everything's built on respect, dog. I respect everybody. And just, yo, dog, just don't push it, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't a killer, but don't push it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the Tupac.
This is more than hip hop. This is deeper than rap, dog. This is our lives. This is us, dog. You know what I'm saying? We hip hop kids all day and shit, but we ain't out here, you know, flogging and talking about shit that we ain't about, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up sucker MC shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers, they try to portray image, and you know, when they get checked, they're not really built like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you spitting all this fucking garbage then? You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself, dog. You don't have to be a gangster to be respected. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, I see a lot of flaw-ass, pie-ass motherfuckers spit all this hardcore shit, but when it comes down to it, they call the police. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yo, like, you know,
you just not with it.
I'm not with it. You know,
you don't operate like that, in other words.
No,
and then
I mind my business. I'm worried about, you know, building these empires and shit, dog. Like, you know, and doing shit with, you know, for the whole community, dog. You know, and
kudos to you. I've seen you put on a lot of people on.
I was going to say
MiaYayo rate. Sorry if
We've been doing this too long, because that's exactly where I was going, where Beleaf was going with it. Like, by you saying put on the community, you got the MiaYayo radio, where you give various MCs from the South Florida area a moment to shine. So that's where Beleaf was going.
Yeah,
and
I've seen a lot of people that we now know within the community. Originally, I've saw them on your platform.
That was their introduction.
You know
so you know that platform is a success when you're getting to know artists from down here through the MiaYayo.
Yo, as long as you solid and you real, I will fuck with you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't have to be like, yo, a G for me to fuck with you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be on some street shit. Like, yo, just as long as you show respect and I fuck with your shit, dog. Yo, dog, there's always a home for you, dog, you know? And it's all about pushing the culture forward, dog. Not sending that shit back, dog. You know what I'm saying? With petty squabbles and petty fucking emotional bullshit, dog, that shouldn't even be applied in a situation with men. On the cut, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dog, keep that bati boy, fucking bitch boy, emotional shit way over there, dog, because we ain't fucking with it, dog. We only about pushing the culture forward in a positive way. Just don't push it, dog.
Only push the culture. That's pretty much.
Which is basically about what the song is. We're ready. We're ready for whatever, dog. Ready for whatever. Because, tomorrow could be the apocalypse. And if you ain't ready, you'll be the first ones to get fucking chewed up and shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be food. The rich, if you grow up spoiled and don't know how to survive, dog, you be the first ones to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's biblical right there.
Yeah.
So when did you guys first drop the first comic book? It's been a while already, right?
Yeah, I think we dropped it last year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The year before? Towards the end, like in December. Last year, December.
Of 2021.
2021. We're 23, right?
Yeah. So time's moving.
Time flying, dog. So of 2021. And now we're about to drop number 2 and number 3, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, dog. It's not easy.
It's not an easy.
But we stacking them up, and we're about to close the year out with a fucking bang, dog. We got a lot of ill shit coming, dog.
Well, let people know what's coming, where they can find you, man.
What they could be in store for.
Yo, the Mad Trapper number 2 about to drop. It's being printed as we speak right now, dog. So it's dropping any minute next week, or it's coming. And we also got some Scummy Kids cards up in that shit too and shit. That's the new shit.
Who are the Scummy Kids?
Scummy Kids is inspired by the Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's basically me and the filth as Garbage Pail Kids. You know what I'm saying? Sadistic Snotty and Pukey Pillage. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, round of applause for those names. That's clever, yo.
So basically, it's taking the concept of the Mad Trapper and Buster Rebel and doing it in Scummy Kid form.
Word.
After you see the trading cards, you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's gonna bug you out.
For the younger audience, Google Garbage Pail Kids, and then you know what you're talking about because that's something of our era.
Again, right in hand with the wrestling like that.
Yeah, with the
early
wrestling,
80s to mid 80s wrestling. Garbage Pail Kids collecting the cards. Garbage Pail Kids, real quick, is it's kind of like a.
Parody.
It's a parody of the Cabbage Patch Kids, which was a phenomenon
during that time.
In the early '80s, where you would buy a doll that came like in a head of cabbage, and you were adopting the doll, and you'd give it a name. It'd be a boy or girl, it'd have different attributes, hair colors, and whatnot, and you became the parent of that. So that was the Cabbage Patch Kids, and then somebody on some old like Mad Magazine shit decided to flip it over on its head and said, "Yeah, we're gonna do the Garbage Pail Kids." So they took them and gave each one of them their own personality.
Yeah, and it was like really disgusting shit.
Yeah. There was a couple of funny ones in there, though.
Shout out to the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, man.
I miss that shit from my youth. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So we're about to bring it back. We're about to resurrect the corpse. You know what I'm saying? And give it new life.
Okay.
And this shit is gonna be sick, dog. Sick. And we're only just getting started, dog. We have so many comic stories stacked up that it's gonna be very entertaining.
Nice.
At least to say, you know what I'm saying?
So where can they find you, man?
Yo, you can find us in Miami, Dade County, 305 all day. You know what I'm saying? You can catch us in the streets, but whatever.
But if you can't fly to Miami.
Yo, all day. Dirty Doe Records, MiaYayo Radio, Crazy Visions Comics, yo, and some other, profiles and shit. But you could catch us, dog. Yo, we'll see you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to holler, dog, yo, we got comic books on deck. Yo, just DM us. We do a lot of things through the DM, and we could get shit popping. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yo, Beleaf.
Yeah. We got through it, man. We got this good shit going on, man. We got Garbage Pail Kids coming on the way, bro.
Scummy kids.
Scummy kids.
We don't want to give Garbage Pail Kids any percentage of it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Kids. Yeah.
Yo, and
I'm just excited to see that shit come up to a fruition.
Yo, you about to see this? Yo,
Yeah.
and plus Scummy Kids. Yo, it was inspiration for me and the Phil to get together, and we called ourselves Scummy. So, you know, we're not shamans of debauchery. We Scummy, actually, dog. Because all we do is vomit all over these tracks, dog. Blah. You know, just straight spit.
Starting to make sense.
Spittage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just it's like you're about to get drowned in the spittage, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah, man.
All the fluids. Yo, shouts to Atlantic, the barbershop. For allowing us, for housing us, letting us record here. Yo, shouts to them, the great people. Let me throw the applause in there too. And
come get a shape up or fade. They do it all out here.
Yeah. Oh, while you're at it, rate, comment, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
Yes.
Until the next episode.
Next Tuesday, y'all.
Barcode.
You ain't ready.
You better adjust to my balls before I holler that pussy ass like cat calls. I'm down for the fucking brawl, like the Brooklyn Brawler. Shoot at me, you better not miss the king like Jerry Lawler, the ultimate warrior. About to beat your face in till I catch a euphoria. Yeah, I might have a bout like them drunk as fuck. The cold barrel like Paul, Pitbull like Joe. On everything that's flaw, on point like Talon Claw. Passion the mic, hell no, I ain't having that. Like an aborted fetus, you ain't surviving this habitat. What rappers get exiled, banished from the track. Brandish my strap, yeah, you on the wrong side of the tracks. Like the artifacts, I use the art of war to bomb a show, steady and back. Now get the fuck back and don't provoke this terrorist. Unless you wanna meet Jesus of Nazareth. Everybody wants smoke till shit gets cancerous.
You ain't ready.